Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about the ultimate guide to plan your visit for churches, part 2, and I'm going to show you how we get 80% of our new visitors to join our church within 3 weeks coming up. Hey, what's up y'all? My name is Chris Abbott, but all my friends just call me Abbo, and I've been in ministry for the last 19 years, and one of the most powerful tools that I found for reaching people with the life-changing message of Jesus is this idea of plan your visit. I've been teaching this to churches all over the country for the last 5 years, and I've helped churches around the country be able to generate over 7,000 new plan your visit families in just the last 18 months. So in this video, I'm going to be walking you through some of the ways to accelerate your results with plan your visit, and I'll show you some of the pitfalls that you can fall into that if you accidentally do these will actually keep people away from your church. So let's dive in. All right, so in part 1 of this 2-part series, we actually walked you through a 4-part framework for how to get people from your city to sign up for Plan Your Visit to join your church. In this video, we're gonna walk you through exactly what to do once they start signing up and then once they actually show up on Sunday morning. Now, at the beginning of this video, I told you that 80% of our visitors join our church within 3 weeks. And this is exactly how we get that to happen. What we found is that when people sign up for Plan Your Visit and they get a chance to meet a friendly host and connect with them at the front door, have that host show them around, help them get their kids checked into kids church, save seats for them in the service, sit with them in service, introduce them around to some key staff and leaders, and give them a tour of the building. What happens is it builds a huge connection on that very first time that they visit the church. And not just with their host as well, but with all the other people that they're meeting. So we always make sure that they have a chance to meet the pastor on the first visit, because 8 out of 10 people who meet the pastor on the first visit will come back for a second visit. But what we found was that it shortened the natural assimilation process of our church simply because people were making a personal connection the very first time they came out. And so 80% of the people who come through Plan Your Visit at our church end up joining the church within 3 weeks. All right, so the best way to launch a Plan Your Visit ministry at your church is ready, fire, aim. Okay, a lot of people want to plan this out and they want to say, okay, we're going to get all of our people ready and we're going to train and we're going to launch this with excellence. And so we're going to launch it in 3 months. And guess what? Those people never actually launch. So I'm telling you, the best way to do this is to launch Plan Your Visit this Sunday, right? You will learn more about doing it from launching than from anything else. Mark Twain is famous for saying that the man who grabs a cat by the tail knows 80% more about cats than the man who doesn't. So take a page out of Mark Twain's book, launch Plan Your Visit this Sunday, and figure it out as you go. I promise it'll be way more effective that way. All right, so what do you want to do when someone actually signs up for Plan Your Visit? Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to contact the guest. And it's really important to reach out to them within the first 15 minutes. All right, so if you think about the psychology of what happens when someone signs up for Plan Your Visit, they just scheduled an appointment to visit your church, right? They gave you their name, email, and phone number. The most coveted personal information on the planet, right? That people guard like Fort Knox. But they said, yes, here's my personal information, Pastor. I want to visit your church on Sunday. But what happens if nobody reaches back out, right? They start wondering, well, did they get my Plan Your Visit thing? Like, is anyone checking the inbox of the church? Oh shoot, did they look at my personal profile and they see that maybe my life isn't cleaned up enough in order to visit their church, right? Then they start to experience rejection and they don't show up on Sunday. And so 99 times out of 100, if you have people that are planning a visit but they're not showing up on Sunday, it's because you're not calling them within 15 minutes. So call them within 15 minutes. If they don't answer, leave a voicemail and then follow it up with a text message. If they like talking on the phone, they'll call you back. If they like texting, they'll text you back. And now you know the best way to communicate with them in the future. This is really, really important. And the question that you're probably already thinking is, well, Abbo, what happens if they plan a visit at 3 o'clock in the morning? Well, here's the deal. It's super easy. We exercise what we call a 9 to 9 policy, right? We're going to call them within 15 minutes if that Plan Your Visit comes between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., right? If it comes after 9 p.m. or it's sometime in the middle of the night, just wait until 9 a.m. the next day and then you can call them. So people don't expect you to call them at 1 o'clock in the morning. So just wait till 9 o'clock the next day and then give them a shout. All right, step number 2, you want to set up the visit. So this is pretty simple. One of the best ways to do this is actually go to their personal profile on Facebook or Instagram and just see what you can gather about kind of like their age and what season of life that they're in, right? So the best thing to do, if you can, is to try to find someone who's in the same season of life as them. So if the person who planned to visit looks like an empty nester, then you may want to find a friendly empty nester from your congregation to host them. And likewise, if it looks like a college kid or maybe a 35-year-old with young kids, then you just want to try to match someone up who looks like they're in the same season of life as they are. That's just going to help further that personal connection the very first time. But if you don't have someone in that age demographic, don't worry. The most important thing is just that they're friendly and that they make a personal connection. All right, so lastly, a good thing to do is to find out if they're bringing anyone with them. So when you do connect with them, whether it's over the phone or through text, just ask them, hey, are you bringing anyone with you or will it be just you? That way, if they're bringing their spouse or their kids, you can actually find out the ages ahead of time so you know how to help them get their kids checked into kids church once they show up on Sunday. All right, number 3, send them a friendly reminder text on Saturday evening. So what's going to happen is most likely if that person planned to visit on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right, there's a lot of life that happens before Sunday morning. And sometimes they're even going to forget about church. So it's great just to send a friendly reminder on Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening, right? That just says something really simple like, hey, John, this is Pastor Chris. Just want to let you know I'm super excited about your plan your visit tomorrow and can't wait to connect with you before service and hear a little bit more about your story. Something lighthearted and simple like that, but it's just a reminder that they're showing up to church this morning, and it's a reminder that there's somebody waiting for them on the other end, right? That you're excited to meet them in the morning. When we started doing this at my church, it took our plan your visit show up rate from 50% to 75% simply by sending a reminder text every Saturday night. All right, step number 4 is to set up some guest parking. Now, chances are you probably have something like this in your church as well, but one of the things that you may want to consider is actually creating special plan your visit parking. That way you can communicate to the guest where the plan your visit parking is, what door they should come in, and where they should meet their host. Just simply make sure that you have really clearly marked guest parking or plan your visit parking so they know exactly where to go, and it's easy for someone who's never visited your church to know exactly where to park. All right, so before I get to my last couple of points, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. We are dropping brand new videos every single day, 5 days a week, and if you click that little church bell, then you'll get a notification every single time we drop a new video. All right, so number 5, the hosted visit. So when they show up, here is a really, really important caveat. If you haven't listened to anything else in the video, listen to what I'm about to say right now. When someone shows up for plan your visit, you don't want to treat them like VIP. You want to treat them like family. Don't treat them like VIP, treat them like family. People don't want to be treated like rock stars or celebrities when they come to church. They want to be treated like they belong. They want to be treated like their family, like they've been going to the church for years. So this is a really important caveat because a lot of churches will dive into this and they might call it their VIP program, right? Or they might try to sweep people off their feet. But listen, they don't want you to roll out the red carpet. They just want you to treat them like family. So make sure your guests know exactly where to meet your plan your visit host. We like to have them waiting right inside the front door so they know exactly where to go and there's no way to miss them. And then that way, just have your host do exactly what they would do if their best friend came to church on Sunday, right? So you would help them get their kids checked into church. You'd probably get them a free cup of coffee. You'd give them a tour of the church. You'd introduce them to some key staff and leaders. You would introduce them to you as the pastor, and then you'd save seats with them in service and you'd sit with them in service. That's exactly what you want to do for plan your visit. Just treat them like your best friend, and you want to make sure they get connected, they meet some friendly people, and that they meet you as the pastor, because 80% of people who meet the pastor on the first visit will come back for a second visit. All right, so number 6, after service, make sure to take them to your guest center. You want them to fill out a Connect card, and then I recommend giving them a free gift for showing up as well. Now, it doesn't matter at the guest center if they are plan your visit or if they just showed up. You want to treat every single guest like their family. So make sure to have your best volunteers at the guest center. These are people who are smiling and happy and they're bubbly and they know how to have a conversation without being socially awkward. Right? So have your best people at the guest center, treat everybody like family. All right, and finally, I promise to tell you some of the things that might actually keep people away from your church. So let's talk about a couple of things that you don't want to do for plan your visit. The first one is insider language, right? Make sure that your hosts are not using insider language. Make sure that your signage doesn't have insider language. For example, hey, Chaos meets every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Right? Well, guests don't know what chaos is, right? So instead of saying chaos, just say, hey, our high school youth ministry meets every Wednesday at 7 p.m., right? So instead of calling your missions department Illuminate, just call it your missions department. If the name of your women's ministry is Sparkle, don't talk about Sparkle, just call it your women's ministry. Now, you can name your ministries whatever you want to, but that's insider language. Just make sure that your hosts are calling things what they actually are. Women's ministry instead of Sparkle, youth ministry instead of Chaos, and missions department instead of Illuminate. All right, so if you made it all the way through this 2-part series, then I actually have a free gift for you. We just outlined exactly what to do when people sign up for Plan Your Visit. But if you want to learn some advanced strategies on how you can get people to sign up for Plan Your Visit, head on over to churchgrowthagency.com or simply click on the link in the description below and check out the free training we have on how to get more Plan Your Visits this Sunday.